Hello, 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 my amigos. Welcome one, welcome all. It's time for
T-minus 10,
liftoff.
9,
Let's
8,
go, amigos.
7, 6, 5,
Lots to
4,
do on today's
3,
show,
2,
so blast
1,
off with me.
0. Ignition.
Come on.
Liftoff.
Here we go.
Liftoff. 30 minutes after the hour.
Hats of your live. Say it. All aboard. Aleluya. I couldn't agree more, amigos. No podría estar más de acuerdo. I couldn't agree more. Well, let me welcome you to another exciting edition of the show with no name. And do I have to tell you what day of the week it is? Oh man, you can hear it in my voice. I'm exhausted. I'm pooped. I'm worn out. I'm spent. I need some R&R. Yeah, rock and roll, but really I mean rest and relaxation. How about you? How's your week going? Did you have a hectic week? A chilled week? An average? Just remember, don't pronounce it average. Rima con la palabra bridge. Vamos a decir esto. The Brooklyn Bridge is not an average bridge. Escúchalo. It's not an average bridge. It isn't your average bridge. Idge. They both end with idge. And the word language too. All right, amigos, we're here to learn the English language, to explore the English language. And you guys are my English explorers. So let's explore our first section of the day, our pop quiz. Come on now. It's Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. Pop, 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 pop. Pop quiz. That's right, folks. And today's pop quiz is from an awesome book we've got. It's called Natural English, Tu Guía Definitiva del Inglés Natural. It's awesome. It's got so many expressions, it's got other insider tips, the things we really say, the things I love to teach you here on the show, the things we call. So remember, if you're looking for materials, you can go to vaughntienda.com. You can get the book we're going to look at today. We're going to listen to an audio from Natural English, Tu Guía Definitiva del Inglés Natural. we've got a plethora, a wealth of other materials there as well. And courses? Well, of course. That's right. Grupovon.com/cursos destacados. You should also follow us on social media and the phone number. Hey, some people are traditionalists. You've got 911-385831. And how could I forget? Don't forget about Valentina. Isn't that like a perfume commercial? Well, Valentina is also our virtual assistant. You can chat with her. In fact, I'm at grupovon.com right now, where I'm looking at the information about natural English. And Valentina just popped on screen and she said, "Hey, how can I help you?" So thanks a lot, Valentina. If you haven't discovered her, you can discover Valentina at grupovon.com. And if you want to know what's going on, what we've got deals on right now, you can go to grupovon.com/cursos destacados. And you can find out about our summer camps, urban camps, our one-to-one flex. You've got it all, even weekend camps. All right, well, let's listen to this little excerpt from Natural English. Primero hay que pronunciar el título bien. Natural English. Tu guía I can't speak. At least not in Spanish. Tu guía definitiva del inglés natural. Pay attention, and then afterwards, I'll have a challenge or two for you. All right. Great job, Tosh and Richard Vaughn. Wow. Good. Enthralling. I got to say it. It definitely kept my attention. I hope it kept yours as well. And I hope you were paying attention as well, because there was some great vocabulary in there. Let's review a few things that they said, and then I've got a challenge or two for you. All right. So they said something about a devil. They said something about a devil. They said the devil is in the details. Now, that's an interesting one because I didn't know that, but you say it exactly the same in Spanish. The thing is, in English, there are two acceptable ways to say it. You can say A, the devil is in the detail, or you can say it with S. B, the devil is in the details. So that's up to you. But see, isn't that interesting? The devil's in the details, but you can say it either way. Oh, man. English is wacky. All right. What other ones did they say? He said something about getting down to the nitty gritty. That's a great one, Richard. Thank you. I love these audios because they give me ideas. Of course, they teach you stuff, but then it gives me ideas to teach you additional stuff tied to this stuff. So the nitty gritty, the important information, the practical details, and the expression, if you want to use the full expression, is let's get down to the nitty gritty. Vamos al meollo del asunto. Could we stop all this small talk, esta cháchara, and let's get down to the nitty gritty? It's spelt Nitty space, obviously, Gritty. He also said something about losing your shirt, or I think maybe Tosh said it, to lose your shirt. I don't know. Do you guys, lo estoy buscando. Perderlo todo. Okay. You don't say it. You say perdió todo. So he really went out on a limb. To go out on a limb is arriesgar. He really went out on a limb with his new venture. A venture is a business project, project / business. And in Spanish, you say, and it went under. Well, in English, we would say it went under. That's another way of saying it went bankrupt. Más nativo. It went under. El verbo is to go under. And he lost his shirt. Ahora vosotros diríais, lo perdió todo. Pero I guess that's a comical way to look at it in English. Perdió hasta la camiseta. To lose your shirt. All right, so let's take a look at what we've got. Now, one thing they said in there was it comes with the territory. And I want you guys to give me, this is number one in our pop quiz. And by the way, good morning, everybody who's checking in. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a beautiful morning. So the first one is, I want you to give me a synonym for it comes with the territory. Do you want me to give you a little clue? Do you guys know the radio ad for This Book is the Shit? When Damian and I are chatting, and I give you like, I think in the ad, I don't know who if anyone's ever counted them, but I would say like at least 10 different idiomatic expressions in English. One of them is another way of saying it comes with the territory. So that is number one, my amigos. Number two, I like this one, but it's to waste time looking at little details. Okay. So yeah, of course, detail. We just said the devil's in the detail, right? That's important. It's what makes a Monet and a Picasso. And what makes, a good film director, whatever artist, just ask them. The devil is in the detail, or details, ya lo sabéis. So this is rizar el rizo. It also says buscarle 3 o 5 pies al gato. As I said, it means to focus on trivial things. So that's the second one. And remember, as always, I don't just want you to spit these three expressions at me, but what I want you to do is I want you to use them in context. Use them in a context where maybe you would really use them. This is where creativity comes into play. And that's important when you're learning a language. You don't want to be a robot. You don't want to just say, fine, thanks. And you? You know how many times I've heard students say that? And now my poor students, they have a phobia. They even apologize when they say, fine, thanks. And you? Because I ban that in my classes. Hey, Jose Maria, how you doing? How's it hanging? What's cooking? I always try and switch it up too. I practice what I preach, obviously. And I got so sick of hearing the fine, thanks. And you? The robotic response that I banned it from my class, and you're not allowed to use it anymore. And it's cool because now the students say, hanging in there, can't complain, you know, a lot of different ones. They just don't robotically repeat because you want your personality to come out. That's why I'm always saying personalize your answers. Okay? So that is the second one. Rizar el rizo. Rizar el rizo. And my amigos, the third one is dejar pelado. Okay? Dejar seco a alguien. This means to take someone's money, to take all their money. All right? So, my amigos, you've got three challenges here in our pop quiz. I'll repeat them. The first one is give me a synonym for it comes with the territory. Number two, another way to say to focus on trivial things. Y cuidado con la pronunciación ahí. No es focus ni focus, que he oído. Focus. Pronuncia la palabra focus, you know, like a seal. Pronuncia esa palabra como un guiri. ¿Dónde están las focus? Focus. Ya lo tienes. There we go. So, another way to say focusing on trivial things, rizando el rizo, buscándole 3 o 5 pies al gato, depends where you come from. And the third one is dejar seco a alguien. Dejar seco a alguien, quitarle toda la pasta. There you go, my amigos. We'll see if you guys have some answers for me. And in the meantime, let's take a look at today's Say What soundbite. Come on now. All right. It's the Say What soundbite on the show with no name. Ooh, this one, well, I think it'll be easy. Easy enough. All right, it's not like as easy as, I don't know, what's his name? Jimmy Fallon. He speaks really fast, but he speaks really clearly. Or a politician, you know? Somebody like Obama. He speaks very clearly, eloquent. Of course, you have to. Oh, actually, is that a requirement for politicians? Because I've seen many that are unqualified, if that's the case. And I don't mean in English. I mean in Spanish, in their own language. And I'm not going to name names. I refuse. on all sides here, because there's no such thing as both sides, all the way around. All right, amigos. Well, today I'll give you a little clue. This person is a living legend, and we'll see if you'll be able to make out. To make out is another way of saying figure out, to descifrar, to make out what this person is saying. So, everybody pay close attention. This is your Say What soundbite for the first time. Great job, show with no namers. Wow, I see so many people participating here. Awesome job. All right. Let's take a look at our pop quiz before we take a quick commercial break over here. So, the first one that we've got is it's par for the course. You can always say it comes with the territory, but listen to how many syllables it is. It comes with the territory. That is 8 syllables. Ready? It's par for the course. That's 5. You're saving 3 syllables. And believe me, when you want to get your point across, you want to be concise. You want to be succinct. You want to be eloquent, as we just mentioned there. So the first one is it's par for the course. It comes from golf. I don't know very much about the game of golf. Well, I'm lying. I love mini golf. That's a lot of fun. But that's as far as my golf fascination goes. But I know it's a very common expression, as with baseball. Even if you don't like baseball, the language is chock full of idiomatic expressions. The language, and specifically speaking, business language, which is really, really important. All right. The second one was to split hairs. So you can say, we're splitting hairs here. No, piénsalo. Si coges un pelo y lo partes en dos, why? What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Do you know this expression? Pero ¿qué tiene que ver eso? What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Guys, we're learning a lot of really totally native idiomatic expressions today. I hope you guys are getting these down. And more importantly, I hope you're using them. And the last one is to take someone to the cleaners. When he went to Las Vegas, they took him to the cleaners. Le dejaron sin un duro. His ex-wife took him to the cleaners. All right, amigos. Yeah, llevar a la lavandería, a donde se hace la lavandería. To take to the cleaners. These are really good expressions, folks. It's par for the course. To split hairs. To take to the cleaners. To get down to the nitty gritty. A lot of those came from Natural English. It's available at the Von Tienda, vontienda.com. Folks, we'll be right back with much more, so stick around. Say to spell. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to part 2 of today's show with no name. The weekend is upon us. You smell that in the air? Doesn't it smell great? Oh, man. Oh, the smell of spring. Well, really, summer. Spring has come and gone. Bye bye, mild temperatures. Oh, man. Mild, no muy caluroso, perfecto. Mild means beautiful temperatures. Mild. Oh, man. Not too hot, not too cold. You don't get much of that. Here, what is the expression? ¿Cuántos meses de infierno y tantos de invierno? How does it go? I'm sure you guys can tell me in the comments. And great job so far, show with no namers. You are kicking ass and taking names. As always, I expect nothing less from my amigos here on the show with no name. How did you do on our pop quiz? Those of you who are listening to the podcast, are you participating? You better be participating. It's not just the people who are here with us live, but all of you. And you need to participate aloud, especially in our homophones on the show with no name. All right. It's time for homophones here on the show with no name. And as always, you're going to get 2 words, but we'll look at many meanings. We'll also look at some rhyming words and all that jazz. All right. So the first word is a false friend. I've seen students mess this word up time and time again, and it's remover. Okay. Mezclar. Something you do with your coffee or with your tea, or even if you're making a cake, you need to do it with the batter. Do you know this word? We were just talking about baseball. Well, batter, okay, a batter is bateador, right? But also batter is also el líquido, la masa en líquido. And the hard, not the hard one, it's still soft, but the one that you use to make bread or pizza, that's called dough. So there you go. Just don't mix those up because if I'm not mistaken, in Spanish, it's the same word, right? Masa. And the one we use when we talk about money is dough. No tengo pasta, which you don't say masa there, you say pasta. It can be confusing, but that's what we're here to do, to demystify not only our homophones, but other mysteries of the language. All right, so the first one is remover. Remover, all right? It's also revuelo if we use it as a noun. And it's got several other uses, but we'll take a look at those in just a moment. And the second word is conducir. It's how you would conducir un vehículo, a vehicle. That's a difficult word. Vehicle. The H is kind of silent. Vehicle. It's not vehicle, it's vehicle. It's kind of a soft H there. All right. It's also to guide somebody towards a certain option or encaminar, guiar por una opción. All right. You recognize the words? What are these words? Oh, it's also a castrated bull. What? A castrated bull. It says here, cabestro. Those are your homophones words. Let me give you your say what soundbite here for the second time. All right, there you go, folks. And let me give it to you a third time over here. And this way you guys can jot down as much as you can. Remember, you get 4 chances. Here's the third.
Basketball, do you
this weekend because I've already got plans.
Mm.
Oh man, that's the way the ball bounces.
That's the way the ball bounces. Así están las cosas, ¿no? Así bota la pelota. Así bota la pelota. That's the
Good player. If you don't mind playing with a novice, the ball's in your court, buddy.
La bola está en mi campo, ¿eh? La pelota está en mi tejado. All right. Do you want to play some soccer?
Sure, I'd love to play some soccer or football, as you call it. What time do we kick off?
Perfect. We're kicking off at 9. Are you available?
Sure, but I might have to play some golf before with some friends. It's par for the course.
It's par for the course. Es lo normal, ¿no? Es lo normalito, lo que se hace.
Mhm.
Okay, what about billiards? Do you like playing billiards?
Yeah, but right now I'm behind the 8 ball.
I'm behind the 8 ball. Estás detrás de la bola 8, como que llevas las de perder.
Yeah, wow, a lot of idiomatic expressions here.
Muy buenas expresiones. Si es que así da gusto aprender inglés con un profe como Alberto y un poquito de creatividad, tienes This Book is the Shit. El mejor libro para aprender inglés que te has echado a la cara in your life. Píllatelo, vas a disfrutar mogollón de dibujos para que lo aprendas todo fácil, con conexiones lógicas y divertidas. Es la manera más sencilla y más divertida de aprender inglés. No te la pierdas.
Damián, you're such a good sport. Te enrollas. You can pick up your copy of This Book is the Shit at
Vaughantienda.com.
It's the shit. Don't miss it, folks. This book is the shit. Also, you've got natural English, which we were looking at in our pop quiz. Just in that short audio, that was a little over 2 minutes, it was chock full of idiomatic expressions. That was Natural English. Also, if you love the way I teach, you'll love all 5 of my books. You've got English Everywhere. I got to go in order or I get lost. English Everywhere. Number 2. What is it? Oh, This Book is the Milk. How can I forget? Then This Book is the Remilk, which was renamed This Book is the Milk 2. Then English on the Go. I seriously have to think about this, folks. Then English on the Go. Aprende inglés viajando por el mundo. And then the latest one, which is This Book is the Shit. They're all available along with Natural English at vontienda.com. All right, let's take a look at our homophones over here and see how you guys did. The first word is stir. And a lot of you got the words. I see both words. In fact, I don't think anybody got it wrong. So, and everybody's saying the words do not sound the same. All right. Well, this is a hefty bet. Hefty es grande, una apuesta grande. All right, well, I'll say the words. The first word is stir. Fíjate, es una I latina, pero suena como una E. Stir. Say it. Please say the words with me. Stir. I've said it a million times. I don't need to practice. I'm saying it so you can repeat it. Stir. Please stir the coffee, sir. Right? See, we just rhymed it. I wasn't even trying there, but sir, could you stir the coffee? To stir the soup. To stir the shit. Te tengo que decir qué significa to stir the shit. Yeah, remover la mierda. So, the first word is stir. And then, as I said, it's revuelo. He caused quite a stir. His presentation, his speech caused quite a stir. Are you saying it with me? Stir, sir. Also, as I said, revuelo. To cause a stir. No solo te lo aprendas como stir, sino to cause a stir as well. And the second word, steer. The second word has many meanings as well. Stir and steer are not homophones. Nope. They are not, amigos. Now, unless you're Bob Marley. Because if you know his song, little darling, stir it up. Little darling, steer it up. So listen to the song. I urge you to listen to it. A, because it's a beautiful song. And B, you can look at this idiomatic expression that means armar un lío, right? To stir up trouble, to provoke, to incite. Little darling, stir it up. So I would never say it like that. I would not say stir and steer the same. But Bob Marley did. But also, he's from Jamaica. So maybe you want to pronounce like you're from Jamaica. Jamaican me crazy, man. No, I'm not from Jamaica, the island, man. I'm from Jamaica, Queens. Did you know that? There's a place called Jamaica, Queens. I'm not kidding. I'm really serious. All right, amigos. Well, excellent job. The second word, as I said, steer. So stir, steer. The cowboy was starting to stir up the steer. And again, that's a castrated bull as well. But I think you would use it more as, we want to steer you, as your parents, Johnny, we want to steer you in the right direction. And what's the right direction, Mom and Dad? Well, you got to work on your spelling, Johnny. Well, then I guess it's time for the spelling bee.
Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee.
All right, amigos. It is our spelling bee here on the show with No Name. And as always, the spelling bee is a section where we put your listening to the test, your spelling, the way you write or take dictation or type in this case. Even though I urge you guys, if you can, I know many of you participate here digitally in the group, but I also urge you to, if you can, pick up a notepad, pick up a pencil or a pen. It's great. I always take notes. I always have a notepad nearby, cerca. You can say close by or nearby. En ambos casos es una palabra. And I like writing. I mean, I type all the time. How do you think I prepare these scripts? And, I'm doing a lot of typing, FYI as well, which, by the way, brand new episode of FYI just dropped today on sleep. You guessed it, amigos. So don't sleep on it. No lo consultes con la almohada, because if you do, you snooze, you lose. El que se fue a Sevilla perdió su silla. So if you want to learn about sleep, this very vital thing, listen to that. You can download For Your Inglés wherever you get your Vaughn podcasts. All right, here we go with today's spelling bee. This is round one. Let's begin every word with a capital letter for the sake of simplicity. Here we go. The first one is, almost forgot my bell, guys. There it is. All right, the first one is SUSPENSION space BRIDGE. The second one is JOHN space A period space ROEBLING. The third one is WASHINGTON space ROEBLING. The fourth one is EMILY space WARREN space ROEBLING. Oh my God. The fifth one, I need oxygen. The fifth one, EAST space RIVER. And the sixth one, and if you got this, you're amazing, JUMBO space ELEPHANT. Do you know about Vaughn groups? Well, I'm going to tell you all about them. They are group English classes that you can do via video conference or in person. And the good news is you can start whenever you want. And you can keep the same timetable, teacher, and classmates throughout the whole course. And the best part, there's no strings attached. Sin compromiso. And if you act now, you can get a 5% discount for paying up front. And if you stick with the course for 6 months, you'll get a 50% discount in June. Wow, what a deal! As if you needed more reasons to learn English with Vaughn. Check out our Vaughn groups. Have fun and make friends as you learn English. Sign up now while there are still spots available. Call us 911-385831. Or you can go to our website, grupovaughn.com. And don't forget to follow us on social media and find out if Vaughn groups are for you. All right, folks, it's round 2 of today's Spelling Bee. Now, I'm just going to wait another 30 seconds. I'm going to buy you some time to see if anybody got those on the first go. But I've got to tell you something. I am still trying to catch my breath. Is that perhaps the fastest I've ever gone? I think so. All right, going once, going twice. Come on, I gotta have faith. I got faith in all of you. Going once, going twice. All right, the good old E for effort. You always get points for effort here on the show. All right, here is round 2, and we're going to the city, folks. The city. What does that mean? There are a lot of cities. Well, where I was born, there's just the city. All right, the first one is SUSPENSION space BRIDGE. The second one is JOHN space A period space ROEBLING. The third one is WASHINGTON space ROEBLING. Here's the fourth and the longest one. EMILY space WARREN space ROEBLING. The fifth one is EAST space RIVER. And the sixth one is JUMBO space ELEPHANT. I need to start having an oxygen tank here. Wow. All right, I see we've got some winners here. Give it up for the show with no namers in the house. Excellent job. Now, what did all these words have in common? Well, they all had something to do with the Brooklyn Bridge. The Brooklyn Bridge. And don't forget, folks, we've got FYI episodes on this bridge that I know it's very near and dear to my heart. As we say, le tengo mucho cariño. It's near and dear to my heart. I've crossed it 1,000,000 times, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. No, I've crossed it 1,000,000 times, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. La expresión, no te adelantes, ya vamos ahí, ¿eh? Ya no intentas prevenir demasiado. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it or when we get to it is the idiomatic expression. And another one, well, it's awesome. If you haven't listened to it, it's a fascinating story. I'll tell you the tip of the iceberg now. But another idiomatic expression that we use is, if you believe that, I've got a bridge to sell you in Brooklyn. And this is something you say to somebody who's naive, who is gullible. These are two different ways of saying somebody who believes everything. So if you believe that, I've got a bridge to sell you in Brooklyn. And we looked at the word bridge before, right? Language, carriage. Thinking of other words that end with "age." Here, let's look them up right now. Words, AGE suffix. Let's see. We can practice them really quickly here. Coverage. Let's see. Average. That was one of the ones we looked at before. Nope. List. Let's look for a list here. I'm not the best at Googling, guys. You can tell I'm getting older. Village. Oh, esa es una que siempre oigo. Village. Al menos donde decís village, you say village, marriage, damage, image, advantage. Are you repeating these after me? I hope so. All right, because these are common words, common endings that are mispronounced. And the first one that comes to mind is the word language, and it rhymes with bridge. So today in 1883, the Brooklyn Bridge in New York City was open to traffic after 14 years of construction. Can you believe that? 14 years. Now projects are done in a year, 2 years, even mega projects. And it took 14 years. At the time, it was the longest suspension bridge in the world, and a fascinating story. I'll tell you a little bit of it, but as I said, if you want to hear the whole story, listen to the episodes of FYI. So the bridge was designed by John A. Roebling. The chief engineer was his son. Then the son's wife, Emily, she finished it. And you know why? Because John A. Roebling and Washington Roebling got sick and died. Not at the same time, but sequentially. And she took over the project. So you could say that the Brooklyn Bridge was finished by a woman. She oversaw it, lo supervisó hasta el final. And that woman, you should read up on her. To read up es estudiar, is Emily Warren Roebling. Folks, we'll be right back after this quick commercial break, so stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to part 3. Are you serious? Part 3 already? What the hell?